So in today's video, I just want to quickly talk about Genshin's 3.8 update and tell you guys how I personally feel about the last update before Fontaine comes out. And fingers crossed, hopefully we're not going to be getting a 3.0 update after 3.8 ends. I seriously can't wait for Fontaine to come out because I know for sure that Hoververse isn't going to mess it up. But either way, before I talk about the events and other stuff that is coming in 3.8, I'm going to talk about the banners because I think in reality, the banners are the main features of this update. So first of all, in the first half, we have Eula and Klee. It's been almost 2 whole years since her last rerun, and I still think she's a great character if properly invested, and I've never thought that she was a boring character. I have her on my account and so I know how it feels like when playing her, and honestly, she is one of the most satisfying characters to play with in the game. Using her burst and then seeing 300k to 400k damage every time is always something that I want to see, and so I wouldn't stop you if you would like to pull for her. But at the same time, I'm also not recommending you to pull for her, and I share this opinion with all the characters that are having their reruns in 3.8 as well, which I'll talk about after going through all of them. Then we have Klee, who is receiving a skin, but she's not that great in the current meta, and so I'll say it's probably the best for you to skip her unless you really like Klee. Moving on to the second half spanners, we have Kokomi and Scaramouche. Right off the bat, we should all know this by now that Kokomi is one of the best healers in the game, if not the best, and she fits in very well with the current meta with Dendro, and I think she'll probably still be a very strong character even when Fontaine characters come out. Not only can Kokomi heal a lot, she can also deal a decent small amount of damage with the Clam set, so if you still don't have her, I won't stop you if you want to pull for her. On the other hand, Scaramouche is also a very strong character. He's a Nemo, and so throwing Xingqiu and Xiangling on the same team as him basically makes him capable of clearing 412 of Abyss without any trouble. Not that it isn't the case with any other DPS character, but anyway, you can fly if you have him, which will definitely make exploration a lot easier, especially when Fontaine comes out, and even though I wouldn't say he's a game-breaking character, I still think he's quite nice of a character to have on your account. That being said though, if you're smart enough to realize that 4.0 is probably coming after 3.8 ends, you'll probably skip all the characters that I just talked about and spend your Primo Gems on new Fontaine characters instead once they come out. And personally, I think that alone is strong enough of a reason why you should just save your Primo Gems in 3.8 and just wait. Who knows, maybe in 4.0 a new broken character will be introduced, and if you decide to pull in 3.8, you might miss out in the following update. Moving on to the skins that this update will bring to us, Klee and Kaya are both getting new skins, and I have to say, both skins are very nice looking, and I wish Hoververse would introduce skins into the game more often, like how they do it in Honkai Impact 3rd. By doing so, Hoververse will be able to get more players to pull for characters because of how by introducing skins, players will feel encouraged to pull for the character that is getting the skin. But at the end of the day, skins don't really add any new and real content into the game, and since you'll have to spend real money on getting Klee's skin, I don't think they are all that great in terms of making this update a good one. I'm not saying that adding skins into the game is a bad thing, but the question is whether to us players, is adding the skins into the game what makes the game good? And I think that this is a question that Hoververse needs to think about. Next up, let's talk about the main event of this update, Secret Summer Paradise. Just like the main events of previous updates, it's divided into multiple minigames in which you'll earn Primogems and also other rewards. You'll get Kai's skin for free and also a free copy of Layla during this event, which is nice, but I think most of us will be playing this event for the Primogems. As for what the minigames are, there's a total of 4 of them, and I'll just briefly describe what they are. First of all, you've got an aim and shoot minigame, a flying through obstacles and then reach the destination minigame, a combat based minigame in which for some reason it seems like all you have to do is just run towards your enemies and they'll just die, and finally, I'm not sure whether this is pool or snooker, but either way, a pool or snooker looking minigame. Personally, these minigames don't seem that fun, but to be fair, I wasn't expecting anything game breaking to be introduced. Instead, I think the event quest is going to be fun, and the time gated event area is also going to be quite interesting when exploring, and so I'd say it's probably best for you to get your fun out of the quest and exploring the limited time area. And then we're also getting a few other events that are coming. I'm not going to go through them individually because they don't really interest me that much. I guess the only one which stands out from the rest is the Adventurer's Trials, where you'll be using each character's unique features and doing certain things with them. Overall, I'd say that the event lineup for 3.8 is a bit weak, just like the past few updates, and as I just said, the only thing that really interests me are the quests and the limited time area. Besides those two things, I can't really say 3.8 has anything going for it. I know this is a short video, but the only reason why I decided to make this video in the first place is because of how hopefully 3.8 is going to be the last update before 4.0 comes out, and if it wasn't for that, I would have probably made today's video on something else. Some of you guys might know this already, but I've gotten Kazuha a week ago, and I've made a post about this on my channel's community tab, and so during summer I'll probably make a video on that. Also, I'm going to Japan from the 14th of July to the 21st, and so sadly there won't be a video that week. Either way, that's it for today's shorter than usual video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe if you're new, because it really helps me out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!